Hey guys, my name is Nori and this is totally the wrong setup. If you have not noticed, I think that this video, I don't know which video is gonna go up, but I did the books and makeup tag, and since I figured that I already have my makeup on and then I'm seated in front of the camera, might as well just film another book video. I cannot talk. I already did the worst books of the year so far, so I just decided to sit down and show you guys or talk to you guys about my best books of the year so far. Now these are all the books that I gave a 5 out of 5 star read, and I thought they were really good, that they were incredible. Now, yes, I did give these a 5 out of 5 star read, but all of these are not my all-time favorites, if that makes any sense. Just because a book is 5 star doesn't mean it's an all-time favorite of mine. That is just how my rating system works. I just think these are phenomenal books. So yeah, if you want to see how my rating system works, do comment down and we can just discuss about the different types of rating systems and what is the best that can work for you. Without further ado, these are all the books that I gave a 5 star in 2019 so far. So I do have my handy dandy sketchbook, which I'm going to start buying stickers and just post a bunch of stickers. But if you know me, I don't like bullet journals because they are really tiny, and if I want to design or draw something, then it gives me a hard time, and plus writing little and writing a bunch of titles is just not my thing. So I actually, there's a store near me and where these sketchbooks are like under $5, and it's a hardcover, so I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing and use an actual sketchbook for my stats. So I have this page, and if you can't tell, I love candy, I love anything sweet, so I use this page right here to write down every single 5 stars that I have read so far, and there is a lot of titles to get into. So I'm just gonna post the picture up there, give you a small description, and then continue on. And if you do want to see a flip through of my sketch book about my stats and like all that cool stuff, I really do keep it simple, so it'll be a quick fun video to do and to give you ideas as well. Do comment down below if you want to see it. So yeah, so anyways, getting on with it, the first book that I gave a 5 out of 5 star read, I will post a picture up there, and it is Kingdom of Ash, y'all. I love Sarah J Maas. We love Sarah J Maas in this channel, okay? So Kingdom of Ash was the final installment to close out this whole entire series. And again, I started reading again about a year or two ago. So the Throne of Glass series started way before I started back reading as an adult. So I decided to pick it up, and I binged it last year, and then I believe it was in like December, Kingdom of Ash came out, and it took me 2 months to finish. One, that book is a chunker and there's a lot that goes on, but I really wanted to take my time because I love these characters so much. I don't even like to talk about it, but yes, if you have not read the Throne of Glass series, I'm one of those weird ones that 1, 2, and 3 are they were okay for me. They were like 3 stars, but then after 4, which is Queen of Air and Darkness, I believe, that's where the series got really freaking good for me. So most people love 1, 2, and 3 and didn't like the direction they were going, or some people thought that 1, 2, and 3 were boring and loved the direction it went. So I'm one of those people, and I highly do suggest that you pick up the Throne of Glass. Now, if you do not like the first 2 books, I just do push through because it does get better. Alright, the next book that I'm going to be talking about, it is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. Now, this is another controversial read because a lot of people did not like it, but then the people who actually, you know, liked it love this book, and I'm one of those people. Now, so this book, the best way to describe it is an anime put into a chapter book form. This anime actually reminds me of Inuyasha a lot. If you did not see my previous videos, you know that I'm a huge anime fan and I love Inuyasha with all my heart and soul. I think I've seen the complete series like 4 or 5 times, and I just finished it, I want to say like a month or 2 ago, and I'm contemplating to watch it again. So yes, Shadow of the Fox, if you love anime, then I highly suggest that you do pick this book up. But that was a problem with it because people are like, oh well, this just seems like the regular common anime, or the pacing was really slow. But personally, I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to start the second book, which is already out, very soon. This book that I'm going to be talking about, it is In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire. Y'all, this series has such a special place in my heart. Oh no. My tablet died. Crap. In an Absent Dream does belong to a series, and that is The Wayward Children, or the first book, Every Heart a Doorway. Now, the first time that I read Every Heart a Doorway, I gave it a 3 stars. I recently read it for a readathon that was last month, and I gave it a 5-star read. I cried. I love the series so much. And in this book, this follows Lundy. Now, I don't want to give any spoilers away, which I won't, but to say the least, that this one is my favorite book out of the whole entire series. So, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, that used to be my favorite out of the series until this one came out. So I highly suggest that you do pick up the series because, in my opinion, it is worth the hype. Next 2 that I have in my book, it is no surprise, it is A Cruel Prince and The Wicked King by Holly Black. Now, the more I think about it, The Cruel Prince is really like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I just rounded it up to a 5 stars. Y'all, this series is addicting. It is so good, y'all. If you have not picked up The Cruel Prince, you need to. You really do. It is so good. Again, I'm not going to explain it too much because I have a lot of books to cover, and plus, you know, everybody kind of knows The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King, and the 3rd book is coming out. I believe it's in November, and my body is ready. So yeah. Next book that I do want to talk about quickly, it is A Heart and a Body and a World by Deb Coletti. This book, it is a hard-hitting contemporary. It does have trigger warnings. Tread cautiously. Again, I can't say the trigger warnings because it will spoil the whole entire book. But this follows Annabelle, and she is haunted by a person that is called the Taker. So what she does is that she just wants to run out her frustrations, and then it turns into something bigger, and she does it across the country, which is absolutely incredible. The characters here and Annabelle and the story, man, just talking about it gives me goosebumps. This story, it is incredible, and it is a must read for everybody, so please do pick it up. Next one that I do want to talk about is so hard to describe, but I did give it a 5-star read, and it is The Female of the Species. I actually have it near me because I was talking about it in the video before this. This is by Mindy McGinnis. This book, it is incredible, but it has a lot of trigger warnings. Y'all, I'm gonna put it down there because I'm gonna give you guys a list. It is a rough read, but dang it, it is written incredibly, and it's not like 5 stars like, oh my god, I enjoyed reading this so much. No, it's like an uncomfortable 5 stars because the things that they talk about, the things that the characters go through, which we follow Alex, Jack, and PK, it is crazy, and that's kind of all you need to know. Alex's sister died before, I want to say a couple years ago, and the killer was let loose, was never found. So we follow Alex, and she is like borderline a sociopath, but she is about to graduate, and she needs to make a decision whether she is going to stay in this town or leave. And then her life intertwines with PK because she volunteers at a animal shelter, and then Jack comes in, and man, this book is so hard to describe. I always have a problem describing this book, but just do give it a chance. Highly pick it up, but tread cautiously because it's rough. Next book that I'm going to be talking about, it is so cute, and I'm going to talk about Geekerella by Ashley Poston. Now this book, I don't know why I waited this long to read it, like at all, but I finally picked it up because I think I found the paperback really cheap at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, sure, I'm gonna get it. So this is a retelling of Cinderella, but instead of an actual ball and castles, it is like a Comic-Con style, and it is awesome. So I recently went to SuperCon. My boyfriend got me tickets. I'm so grateful, and I got a bunch of stuff. So that was my first time in SuperCon. So now I love this book even more. So please do check it out. I love retellings. I'm a huge fan of retelling, and apparently I'm a huge fan of Cinderella retelling because Cinder, that series, is so good. Next book that I want to talk about, it is Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. The first one, it is City of Brass. Now these two books, I believe I gave City of Brass a 4-star book, but this one, oh my god, it is so good, y'all. If you are looking into a fantasy book, a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy book with a lot of political intrigue and action, I highly suggest that you pick both of these series up. It's kind of new. I believe City of Brass came out in 2017, so it's not old, but Kingdom of Copper came out this year, and it is a must read. So I highly suggest that you pick up both of these books. This book comes at no surprise because I literally have not shut up about it in the last couple of videos, and it is Where the Forest Meets the Stars by Glendy Vandera. Honestly, at this point, I really do think that this is my favorite book of the year, which is super shocking, but this book has made it into one of my favorites of all time, y'all. It is so good. Y'all, just pick it up. It does have its trigger warnings. It has actually quite a bit of trigger warnings as well, so tread cautiously. But just wow. This book made me laugh. This book made me cry. The suspense sometimes really got to me. It is such a good book. I have not met a person who did not love this book. So, but if you don't like it, that is okay. But for those who have not read it, please pick it up. Next book, it is, I read the whole series, the whole trilogy, this book, and it is, Clockwork, Angel, Prince, and Princess, and I gave Clockwork Princess a 5 out of 5 stars, y'all. This book was incredible. We love Will and James. Like, those are my two children. Those are my babies. And, man, this book really did them justice. And I don't want to talk about it because I feel like I'm going to give spoilers, but just to go into this book knowing that it does have a love triangle situation. So if you hate love triangles, you still might like this book, but you might not like it at all. But that's all I'm going to say. But Tessa is a great character. All these characters are great, but Will and James will have my heart forever. Next book that I have not shut up about it, and I have made everybody read it. It is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, again, I make everybody read it. Anyone who is my friend, I literally make them read it. So this is almost like a biography of Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but she is telling it to the reporter. So that's all I want to say about this book. Again, I love going into books barely knowing anything, and this book shocked the heck out of me, and I made my best friend read it, and she was just having a heart attack throughout the whole thing because she freaking loved it so much. So I highly suggest that you do pick it up. Next book that caught me off guard, like totally by surprise, it is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Y'all, I did not think I was gonna love this book at all because in the start of the book I did not like it, and it's not that it was a bad book, it's just like April, May, and I have a difficult relationship as a reader character, because like the stuff that she was doing, y'all, I was like, stop. So yes, oh my god, I love this book, and April May did pull through. She is a very flawed character, but that was one of those things that I absolutely loved about this book, because that girl is a hot mess, but you get to see her work through her emotions and work through her life problems. And this stuff just, it's another book that really does teach you about, you know, the way that things are. It does have a huge comment about social media and stuff. And if you didn't know, this follows April May and her friends when she is the first to discover the corals, or these gigantic robots that have been set all around the world. I believe there are 70 plus corals around the world and nobody knows what. So April May takes it upon herself to make this video. It goes viral, and now she wants to know, like, who are the corals and are they here to destroy the whole entire civilization? So this book is, I know it's weird, but it's like a contemporary sci-fi. I don't even know how to call it, but it is majorly sci-fi, because Carl is a giant robot that nobody knows what the heck he's doing. So you'll find out throughout the whole entire book what does he want, and it is an incredible ride, and I highly suggest that you pick it up. Next book that I'm going to be talking about, it is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Now, I've had this book for a long time, and I started reading it, and I was like, y'all, this is weird. Like, it has a lot of trigger warnings. Again, it is a dark or hard-hitting contemporary, but this time I pushed through, and I wasn't going to give it a rating because this is an older book, plus it's in a journal style, so I felt like it was really personal. But at the end of the day, it was a fantastic book, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And I think you can learn something out of it, and the way that the author really does reveal certain things in the book is done like a genius. So this book does deserve a 5 out of 5 stars, and we're in 2019, and I believe this book was published in the 90s, and people still freaking love it. So it does hold to the test of time, and I highly recommend that you read it. Alright, we are down to the last 3, and the next one that I'm going to talk about, which you guys have heard me talk about for the last couple of videos, I know, and it is Good Morning, Good Night by Lin-Manuel Miranda. This is a poetry book, and this is you know, I want to say it's a motivating poetry book, but this book is absolutely fabulous. It has like a poem for the morning and for the night, but I kind of read it all the way through, and I checked it off from the library, and I just scammed through it, and every time I would land on a page, it just was the exact thing that I needed to hear at the right time. I don't know. I really want to buy this book to keep it in my collection because it was so good, but I highly do suggest that you pick it up, especially if you do love poetry books. This book that I'm going to be talking about, it is Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. This is part of the canon series of the Star Wars. Y'all, if you don't like Star Wars, just skip on ahead for like a minute. But if you love Star Wars, or if you remotely enjoyed Star Wars, because I don't know, this book is so good, y'all. Oh my god, I loved it. My boyfriend recommended it again. He recommended it a year ago, and I read it a month ago, and I freaking love it. If you have an opportunity or a chance, I do suggest that you pick up the audiobook, because it has sound effects and it has the actual music in it too, y'all. It was so good, and it just talks about good and evil and that very thin line, and there's some, you know, star-crossed like romance going on, and the action scenes are so good. I just highly suggest that you pick this book up. Alright, so this follows Imani Santiago, and she's in her senior year of high school, and in her sophomore year she did get pregnant, and she gave birth to baby girl, which her name is Emma, but we all call her baby girl. So she is half Puerto Rican and half black, and it just shows, you know, her just maturing and dealing with the baby daddy issues, if you want to call them that, and really thinking about if what she wants to pursue, or if she even wants to go to college, because let's be honest, college is really expensive, and she already has a child that needs to be taken care of, and she lives with her abuela. So, and a huge part of her struggles to go to college or not is she is a chef. She loves to cook, and she's been cooking since she was in since she was a small girl. And just stories about her cooking, there are a couple of recipes in this book as well. And it's just, this book is beautiful, and honestly, like, Elizabeth Acevedo cannot do any wrong in my eyes, and I'm so excited to see what she comes out next. And that is the end of the best books that I've read so far in 2019. Y'all, that is a lot of books. I want to say it's like 10 plus books, but like, I don't even care. You know how those people who feel really bad about giving books 5 stars? I don't. Because if I love a book, then I'm going to give it 5 stars, and there is no shame in my game, and there shouldn't be no shame in your game either. So thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around. Hopefully you watched it towards the end. I really do appreciate it. And on top of that, I just checked you know, my stats and stuff. Y'all, I hit 200 subscribers. Insane. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have shown me in the short time that I've been in Booktube. Again, 200 subscribers is like nothing to most people, but I didn't even think I was gonna get 100 subscribers. I just really wanted to do this because I love books. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.